All right, guys, I am excited to see your faces. I am Stephanie Dunn. This is Joel Dunn, and we have been with the company for 13 years. And we're going to talk a little bit about building with basics. So building business with basics. And I think sometimes we get so like, oh my gosh, like there's this going on, there's this going on. And we forget that there's fundamentals to this business that really can grow you like crazy and simplified, and really it utilizes the whole comp plan.
Yeah,
like,
guys, the thing that I want to point out is this is how easy it gets. Do you know how you get paid? You sign distributors and you sign customers. The end. Zoom training over.
okay, so yes and no, but I didn't even say, you guys, when we got started 13 years ago, there was something that I remember thinking, and it was a number in my mind. So there's this number that's lingering in your head right now of how much income do you currently want? There's got to be a number that you're thinking about. Mine was $1,000 because we were standing in food lines. Life was hard. We were doing all the things. And I just knew if I could bring in $1,000, where my money was already spent. If I brought that $1,000, I knew where it was going. So what I want you guys to think about tonight a little bit is, maybe you're brand new. And so welcome to the team. And maybe you've been in 5 years, 6 years, wherever you are at in this journey.
Or 13.
Sometimes it's just a good reminder and refresher of what is your goal, and do you have a new goal? And that's okay too. Like, you're going to start stretching yourself so you can do kind of a reality, like, an extra $100 a week, maybe $300 a month. And maybe you're going to stretch yourself and go, I would love $5,000 a month or $20,000 a month. Whatever those are. I think sometimes we forget that we need to write those down, because if we don't know where we're going, we're not going to get there. And then that loses track of the simplicity of basic business of where are you heading? And then the why and the how will come along too. So I really, as I'm thinking about this, it works is really simplified how we get paid, with the 4-in-1. So if you don't know how to get paid, we want to make sure that you're unlocking all of the ways to get paid and that it makes sense and there's no confusion, because I think there's been a little confusion. And so I want to really clear this up. I try to put my listening ears on as much as I can. I love Heather's got an exact amount on her in her
That's
chat.
what I was typing.
But like, one of the things that we have, this is a brand new month, and I love that. Fresh goals, new vision, where are we headed? You guys, this is when we really want to reach out to people too, because fall is coming. People are start getting back into a routine. So I want you to do more of the ask, because those seeds will start to happen. And so with 4-in-1, this is where a little bit, I think, of the confusion happens, is you want to make sure that you personally enroll 4 loyal customers and keep them directly on your top line. Okay. So we're going to talk about like moving and stuff a little bit, but your first goal is to knock out those 4 customers as quickly as you can and distributor in the same calendar month. And that's where a little bit of the confusion is happening, I think, with some of you. So I want to make sure you guys got that. So 4 customers, 1 DT, those 4 customers need to equal a total between the 4 of 270 BV. So I want to make sure you guys got that. Here's what you can have the choice. Maybe you get 5 customers, maybe you get 6 customers. So after that, if you wanted to move customers, you can, or you can keep them, because if you want to go for another distributor, you want 4 customers to match another distributor. So 4 customers, 1 distributor, 4 customers, 1 distributor. I'm going to kind of push this out. I'm going to try not to confuse everybody too much, but this is where I feel like, or sorry, 240. Did I say? I didn't say 240. I didn't say, I said 270.
Good catch, Rachel. Or
270. We could take extra volume, but yes, 240. Thank you for correcting me. I've done this so many times, and I should, like, 240 should be stuck in my head. Okay. So say that it's the 26th of August. Okay. And you bring in, you've got 4 customers and distributors. Awesome. You're going to get paid out that 150. You're going for another 150 in bonus. So you've got 2 customers or 3 customers and a distributor. You need to still make sure that you get that 4th customer in the month of August to get paid out that 150. You can still earn the 350, but if you want those paid out in the same month, you've got to match 4-in-1 in calendar month. When you enroll a distributor, So say we enrolled a distributor on August 15th. They have 30 calendar days from when they join for you to earn their 350. So you really want to make sure that they help get 4 customers and 1 distributor as quickly as they can too, but they have the full 30 days. So that's where it can go into September. As long as they hit that by September 14th, then you will get paid out the 350. Does that kind of make sense? A little bit. Because I know some of you have been enrolling like crazy and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I needed to keep customers. And so I just really wanted to go back to some of the basics of just 4 customers, 1 distributor, calendar month gets you paid out 150. Then if you help that distributor, they have 30 days from the date that they join in order to get their 4 customers, 1 distributor paid out 350. So
the easiest way to think about it is your timeline is always calendar month. The person that you have join your team, theirs starts from their join date.
To earn the 350.
Correct.
To earn their 350. So say that I sign up Joel on August 25th and he gets a couple customers. He's going to still want to get those 4 customers and 1 distributor too. If he's got a distributor, get paid out the 150. So that's where things I think can get a little tricky. But what I like to try to do is get it all done as quickly as I can and in the same calendar month. So I'm not worried about it. So if you were like, what would Stephanie do? Newbies, you're going to start to learn this and you're going to start to grow. And the more that you do it, the more that it'll start to make a little bit of sense. One of the things I want you guys to do is don't be afraid to ask questions. That's something that, you know, once we don't want you to miss any money on the table. Okay. So let's make sure that you ask in team pages, you question things, because I would hate for you to be like, I think I'm getting a 150 and we missed it somewhere along the line, or a 350. Like I want to make sure that those are locked in. Now, before I move on, because I'm going to try to be a little bit more in depth, but does anybody have questions on 4 and 1 or help the unlock the 150 or the 350? Looks like it makes sense.
I'm having a lot of head nods of yes.
Yes, everybody's good.
Perfect.
Okay, yes. So our goal this week is 4 loyal customers and 1 distributor so that we can lock our first 150 and then get moving towards that success bonus, because we want to make sure you guys are locking in those success bonus, because we have until September to get those. So, you know, we had all last month, all of August and through September. What do I get paid if I get multiple distributors instead of a 4 and 1? If you sign 8 distributors and you didn't get 4 loyal customers, you will not get paid those 150. So we want to make sure that you absolutely get 4 customers to get paid a 150. 4 customers unlocks 3 paid out distributors. So that might be this is kind of in depth a little bit. This is a little bit advanced. I don't want to make you guys confused there. So if you're a distributor recruiting machine, I do not want to discourage you from getting distributors, because that will bring in and help you lead, hopefully put you in front of their people so that they can get customers, but do whatever it takes to get those 4 customers so you unlock the bonuses. So 4 customers, absolutely, in the month of August. And I think, you know, it's a fresh month. Y'all were trying really super hard last month. So, you know, you should have seeds that you planted, constantly be planting those seeds so that you have the follow-ups, because I really try to get a lot of things done at the beginning of the month, because then it makes me feel like I have a little bit more time to work with the new ones coming in. So 4 customers, you sign 3 DTs, you're going to get paid out the 1 or the 350s on those. If you want all the 150s, 4 customers, 1 DT is 150. If you did the 3, you're going to need 12 loyal customers to match to unlock all the 150s.
And that's when your check gets crazy.
Yep. So I don't want to, that's the part that I love, but say that you're not a super mass recruiter to unlock a lot of these weekly bonuses. Again, I want you guys to hit home 4 loyal customers and then say that you did get 3 DTs. Okay. That's going to unlock all the 350s. And that's where the bigger money is. So 4 customers, 3 DTs, you're going to work with those brand new distributors that you brought in to work on getting their 4 customers and their 1 distributor, because that would unlock 350, 350, 350. So 1,050 that you would get by helping them get their customers and distributor. So it's a lot more than the 150. If you just kept, and focus on your 12 customers. Of course, I don't want you to miss any money on the table. But if you were to say, how can I unlock and make the most, if you're not a mass recruiter and you can teach people and help get in front of, your new distributors, people, to help them get customers, that's where I would definitely focus. So again, everybody's going to be a little bit different on that, but there's a lot of money on the table if you signed 4 customers and even 3 DTs and you focus with them, because it's going to unlock a lot of weekly bonuses. And that's where we're seeing people have some massive success. And then you're just going to you'll start getting more and more. And I think that you'll start getting that rhythm. I love this. I'm just going to read some of these. Trouble signing DTs, trouble signing customers. Here's what I want you guys to get is we're going to get our mindset right. When you start believing and you start speaking things, all of the hows will start to come into place. It's your decision to put out the information. So whether that's, you're going to say something.
I said my favorite statement, and a lot of you guys know this. How are you going to get distributors and how are you going to get loyal customers? Well, if you're having problems getting distributors, wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, I am a distributor gathering machine. And if you are having trouble getting loyal customers, what do you say? I am a loyal customer gathering machine, and do that until it happens.
I think sometimes we get into our own head, you guys, of, oh my gosh, I don't look a certain way. I haven't had much success yet. Like, I could give you a list of all of the things that might give you a roadblock, but instead I'm going to give you all of the things that you can do because I believe in you. And so I want you to treat yourself, if you have if you have kids, like, we believe they can do anything and everything, and they believe that they can do anything and everything too. So if we could just take ourselves and look at ourselves and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. When you start doing the things, the customers and distributors come with that. And I even talked about on my Facebook page today about consistency. You can't decide you're going to do something one day and then decide to take off for 3 months and think, I did that. And where's all the customers and distributors? Nobody's signing up. You got to find a rhythm that works for you, a consistency that is doing something good. For me, I just know this. I could go for 2 weeks without posting, but because I've been consistent for 13 years, I have so many people that I can go back to and follow up with. So everybody's journey is going to look a little different. So if you're following somebody that maybe they're not posting a lot, you're like, well, they're not posting a lot. You don't know their backstory, maybe. And so I want you to be consistent. I want you to go, I'm going to get my 4-in-1. I'm going to help get in front of my new distributors, people, so that I can make sure that they're pushing to get their customers and distributors. You want to work with a sense of urgency always. That is really what I like to do, is just a sense of urgency. Oh, I like Terry. In 24 hours, just got my first LC and I've got something. Joel's pointing at me and I'm a squirrel. You know this. Don't let me focus on what I'm saying. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, anybody else? Like, I have all of this stuff in my head. And so I just do it type of person. And there's people that need step by step by step. I'm A to Z. I don't need anything else. And there's people that need A, B, C, D, right? So let me get through my ABCs first. And so when you guys are doing this, first, I want you to be consistent. It's a new month. There should be no excuses. You should be putting that out there, putting out your goals, speaking what you want to your audience, because they're waiting, they're watching you, and they really want to make sure that they're seeing that. And don't get discouraged if nobody's looking at you in the first week or the first month. We don't know when they're going to start doing it, because most of the success of the people that have promoted this year, they have been consistent with utilizing the product, posting, doing all of the things to have this success with the business. So it's basic business of what does it take to be successful? Being consistent, doing the posts, doing the reels, doing all of those things will lead you to getting those customers and distributors. Because I could say, okay, we're going to go follow up with everybody that you've ever talked to. And you may go, I only have 10 people that I've ever talked to. Okay, well, then we need to work on getting you in front of more people so that you have more follow-ups to be able to reach out, so that you have if you got sick, if a family member, needs you, you have the ability to go back when you decide to work and go, I'm back and I'm just following up and I wanted to check. I know I've talked to you a year ago. Maybe now's your time. So there's just different things that we really want to make sure that we're doing in order for you guys to get the customers and distributors. Because I'm seeing them come in, like y'all are on fire for it. It's just a matter of some of you have decided this is what you're going to do, and you're going to do all of the things and see which one is going to bring those customers and distributors in. So first this week, be consistent, utilize the products that you have. Now I can say confidently, every new distributor that comes in gets amazing product in their business kit. Please use that. Please don't let it sit on the table. Make sure that you get it. Maybe you do a live with the person that enrolled you to show off the product. Maybe you do a party and get in front of people. I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end. I just did a salon wrap party in person just a couple weeks ago. So you all might be like, what do you do in person? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about basic business there too. So you want to know how much money do you want to make? And we'll work backwards this month since it's August 1st. So who wants to make $500? If you want to put $500, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. And I'm starting there because all of us have the ability to go make $500 this month. I mean, can you see yourself what you would be doing with $500 right now? Where would that money be going? Like, I know that gas is not cheap to fill up a Range Rover. I'm like, what the? So for me, I know my gas or my money's going into the car. So know that we're going to work on $500, know where that money's going, because then you're going to work for it. Like that is a huge thing to have the why in front of you of this is why I need $500. And it might be a medical bill. It might be pay utility, might be groceries. I don't know, but also put that down on your calendar of what is that $500 going to? Now, in order to make $500, we're just going to do a couple things. 4 loyal customers, 1 distributor, and then we're going to help that distributor get their 4 customers and 1 distributor. As you bring in that distributor, you can be giving them the exact same post that you're posting every day. If you are posting coffee, you have them post coffee with you. If you're doing a story about coffee or talking about a product that you love, have them do the same thing, because you know what? They just got amazing products in their kit. So they have the coffee, they have the slimming gummies, they have the ThermoFight X. They could be showing that as well. So, I want to go back to keeping that super simple with my new distributors of like, we're going to talk about 3 to 4 key products. And that's because those are the ones that they get in their kit. So we want to make sure that they have knowledge on each product. So make sure that you know about each product. Maybe none of you have actually run into your back office and learned about Skinny Coffee and what it does. It has nootropics in it. What does that do? Do a little bit of research on that. And honestly, you guys, it has the bullet points on each product, so you can read it right off the bag. We've made it really easy for you to do that. Learn ThermoFight XX, and then learn slimming gummies and what those are, and make sure that you download boards. I know that that's so easy to be able to just copy and paste, but I also want you to take time to read about those products, because you're going to feel confident. If you taste each one of them or you do every one of those products, you're going to be confident when you're enrolling that new distributor of, okay, well, I've tried it. This is how I felt. What did you feel when you had it? So now you're going to have some reviews that you're going to be able to follow up back and forth with. So, if you haven't done that before, that's my goal this month, is to be really hands-on with a new distributor of giving them the exact posts that I'm going to be doing. So if it's host to post, we're going to be doing that. If it's stories, we're going to be doing those, and they can copy and paste, because that's what we used to do. When I first got in, I watched somebody and I just copied what they were doing until I felt confident in doing that. So I want to make sure you guys know 4 customers, 1 distributors, help that distributor do the same thing. That is $500 paid out to you this month. Like, that's crazy. That's not even your monthly check, you guys. It's going to keep growing if you're doing these basics for business. That's where multiplication starts to happen, right? And why you like it so much. Do you have?
Yeah. If you guys missed the thing that she said that was so simple, it is copy until you're confident. Copy until you're confident. And there's a lot of people to copy from, but make sure that you're copying the right cat. Very, very important. Who you're copying, then you want to make sure that you're doing what they're doing so that you can have what they have.
And it might be a new person joined and they're learning along the way and you want more, don't be afraid to research and go, man, I really want more. I'm not going to wait for that person to give me a post because maybe they won't. You can do this all on your own. That was me, you guys. I wasn't willing to wait for anyone. I knew what I wanted and I was going to go for it, whether I had an upline or not. And that's what I want you guys to do when it comes to building basics and building your income. You are in control of everything that you do. I can sit here every week, give you all of the amazing, this reel is doing awesome, this is the post that's doing awesome, and tell you all that. But unless you do it, we can't have anything to go back on and really figure out, okay, let's look to see if you're doing all of the things, where can we look back and improve? And maybe it's your follow-up that's lacking. Like we need to get you into the motion before we can go back and see where you're lacking in that. But I believe that if you're taking the product and you know a little bit about it and you're confident in it, you're going to get customers. And we have before and after pictures. So make sure that you're really utilizing that. So 4-in-1 is really basic if we keep it that way. It's when we start overthinking, getting frustrated, like I don't even have 3 customers yet and I have a distributor. Like you just have to go, I am going to get my 4 customers and distributor, and then I'm going to help that distributor do the same thing.
Guys, even easier way to think about it is this. Every day, your goal is to sign a distributor or a customer. If that is just what your focus is on a daily basis, you may not hit it every day. But if that's what you strive to accomplish each day and you put the work behind it that it takes to get that, you will have an amazing month. Because kind of like Steph said, you guys blew it up at the end of the month. But think about all the people that you contacted over the last 3 days that maybe just didn't get back to you. If you worked like that every day, you'll have overflow that happens. So you could sign on a Thursday from work that you did on a Saturday, and maybe on a Friday, work that you did on a Monday. But if you didn't do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday work, you may not sign somebody up on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So that's the way you have to have your mind operating when it comes to building your business, because every day that you plant a seed creates a day for a harvest. Every day that you don't plant a seed is a guarantee there will be no harvest.
Yeah. And really it's also, you guys, a lot of us are busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody's going to have things that come up. And it's just making that decision to look at your calendar this month and go, what are my non-negotiables? Do you have doctor's appointments? Do you have back to school? Like, you got to check your kids into school, all of those things. Make sure that you put those on.
You want mine because it just cracks me up.
What's your non-negotiable?
Well, busy is the battle cry of the non-effective. Really, busy is the scream of those that are unsuccessful. Because what they're doing is they're using busyness as an excuse for why they have lack, for why they don't have results. Because what successful people do is they do the things that have actionable steps that cause results. So if you're constantly busy, your busy is drawing you away from what you should actually be doing.
I think, we all have something in our mind that there's a priority in something, and that sense of urgency. And I just know going through this year after year, it's crazy that we're in August, because I feel like that means the new year's right around the corner. And we know that that's blow up time, but why can't we have blow up time in the fall? Like that's another boom time. So if we can, be utilizing the success bonuses, everything that we have, the new product, all of that, they're going to have that sense of urgency and make things a priority on where you're going, and go, instead of going, I wish I would have done this. And you can still live life and you can still do those things. It's just being super focused on knowing, okay, this is what I want. And maybe you knock it out in the first week. Because I know if I'm going to go on vacation or if I'm going to do something, I look at that and go, I'm still going to go have fun in vacation, but I want to get up an hour early so that I can get some work done. What does that look like? Is it wishing people happy birthday? Is it going through and liking on stories? Is it doing the comments? And then is it doing a post? Is it doing stories for me? What does that hour look like? I want to design that so that I know, okay, I'm putting in some work beforehand, because I'm just going to be really honest with you guys. This last month for me, I have not really been focused, and a lot of you can tell, like, they're like, what's going on with Steph? And my dad's just, and this is me not making an excuse. I think when I look back, it's lessons learned for me to go, where can I improve? And so it just reminds me of, we're all going to have the things, right? But how can I do better or coach you through those things? And some of the things that I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to have to recycle some pictures because I haven't even had time to do that. Do some of the things that I thought, gosh, I want to do that, but I'm not beating myself up. I'm just moving forward and going, I got this and I love what I do. And so here I am and put myself out there. So I'm not going to beat myself up for what I didn't do, but I know I've set a new goal and where I'm headed and what I want to do better. And so maybe that's you. Maybe somebody's out there like, man, I had a rough month. I feel like we're always getting somewhere in the line of our life, we're going to have a rough month or a week or whatever that is. Life's going to happen. But I've worked for 13 years to be able to take off a few weeks if that's what I needed to do. And I'm so absolutely grateful to be able to have time freedom and not have to worry about those things. So as you're doing the basics with business, that's what I'm reminded of, man, I'm so glad that I didn't overcomplicate and that I'm doing these things to continue to move forward. So I still have my goals of 4 customers, 1 DT. Like I still have a goal of, I want to make $1,000 a month. If you all ask me that has not changed probably since day one. I'm a numbers person. And so how can I make $1,000? Well, that would be 8 loyal customers, 2 DTs, and help those distributors get their customers and distributors. And there's my $1,000. Everything else is extra. Like that's how I look at this. So I want to control what I can bring in and that my residual is extra. I'm sure you guys would like my residual check as an extra, but that's what we want to get you to. And it starts with the basics. Like I don't overthink or wish, man, I'm going to give you all of the same things and wish that you would do it. I'm not going to wait for you to do it. I'm going to go on to that next person. So when you're ready, I'll always be here, but I'm also not going to wait because I have my goals and nobody's going to slow me down from where I'm headed. So I don't want you guys to do that. I want you guys to know how I've always kind of thought, and just kind of work from there. Cause you see me work differently, I think, than some people when they're like, well, I've sent out messages. Well, your messages might be 5 messages to my 100 messages, or, are you following up with people like Steph would follow up? So over those years,
get your bracelet out that says, what would Steph do? And then every time you think about it, look at that bracelet and go, what would Steph do? And Steph would do what? She would do 1 more.
Yes, 1 more. And I mean, it's like, how can I make it so simple for people there's all of the hows on how to get loyal customer, you guys. I think that's the thing is you're always looking for the scripts for the things. I've shared recently with a few of you how I've signed DTs, and it's amazing. They're like, oh, you aren't scripty. And I'm like, no, I actually have a conversation because all of you are very different. And I can't give you the script of how I would talk to every one of you would be completely different. And so how did that start to happen? With talking to a lot of people. It wasn't something that happened overnight for me. It was confidence. It was, oh, you want weight loss? Well, these are the 2 that I would do. Like I did a skinny hydrate post yesterday and like sample me, and people messaged me about that. And I said, well, what's your goal? Because the skinny hydrate. And I know it's not going to make them magically lose 30 pounds, right? And they said weight loss. And I'm like, then I would pair that up with slimming gummies or Thermophyte X. I would get you a package that could jumpstart you that way. So I want to make sure that you guys know I'm reaching out and having conversation and connection with people. And probably my sign up rate is higher because I'm confident in talking to that person to see what need can I fulfill for them. And once I know that need, you guys know we have everything it is for them. So whether that's product that I can help them fulfill their need, or, hey, are you looking to make extra money? Like, I feel like right now, everybody's looking to make an extra $500 just the way the economy is. Maybe I can fulfill the need of them making some extra money and not adding where they have to actually go to a physical job and actually make the money. So I think that's something to think about as you're designing this month of August. Newbies, of course, you want to copy the right cat and you want to get a little verbiage, and I can be a little bit more scripty of what is the product. That's the same thing for every product, right? You can go in and I'm going to give you, what is the slimming gummy? That's pretty direct. Like, I'm not going to change that, but a conversation like, well, have you ever thought about making extra money? Or, oh, I see you have 5 kids. Like, I take a little bit of time there. And that's just really what I want to make sure you guys kind of understand a little bit as you're growing and getting those loyal customers as distributors. It's not necessarily about you being in for 13 years. It's about you fulfilling the need of what they want. So maybe it's that confidence lacking in the, maybe you feel like, oh, I really haven't lost a lot of weight, or I don't use that product. Well, we can still fulfill a need because they may need to lose weight. You don't, but we have products that do, and you've seen people have the success with that. So I want to make sure, a little bit on kind of that, on the product knowledge part is I've just been doing it. I don't wait for you all to say, okay, do you know about this? I'm going to go read up as soon as we get new products and learn as much as I possibly can on it and look up ingredients. And you all have Google. You all can go to the web and Google things. And that is what successful people do. They want to make sure that they're going and they're researching, they're doing everything that they can before somebody even tells them what to do. So I want to basic business, right? On what that is. Did you have anything?
I do, but it's
Okay.
not to do with this. It's something different.
He has, I want to look at, hold on a second. I'm going to look at some of these questions.
I just want to light your faces on fire. So we'll get to that part here in a second.
Do I have a board? My boards are pretty basic, you guys, because it's product. It's probably, you all are probably already have them at some point. It's keeping the product, just about the product, the pricing, all of those things. But as far as talking to distributor, what I could probably do is put those up into some team pages for you guys, or get them out to the leaders that I send these Zooms to so they can share those with you so you can see how I talk to people. And that might help some of you just seal the deal a little bit with distributors. I know I've been in some group chats on that and they're like, oh, that wording worked. So I think for me, it's just the confidence in knowing that. Maybe I just need to do that in like the VIP page where everybody's at so you guys can see it. So let me work on where I can knock that out so I'm not messaging you all and wasting my time, so I can be smart too. But I know that you guys could get that. If you were like, Steph, I want to pick your brain. You would want to see how I talk to a distributor, correct? And how I would talk to a loyal customer. Loyal customer is probably pretty basic. It's not anything crazy, but it's how I believe that we can flip a loyal customer to a distributor. And I think that's where so many of you are so customer driven, and you can do that because it's a script. And then it's like, oh my God, now what? Like, I've got these
We're going off
customers.
script. We're going off script. Panic,
Yep.
panic. Hang up the phone.
And I don't want you guys to do that. I want you to see how it just can be smooth and rolling in for you guys. So we can really do that. I think some of the things that, again, knowing is, how do you want to get your customers? Is it through social media? Is it in person? Is it all of the ways? What do you feel most confident in? Some of you don't like to be in person, so social media has been amazing for you. But one of the things that gets you seen is stories, reels, all of those things lead people to my page. And then from there, I've got new friends so that they're constantly seeing my stuff. So you got to have an audience to talk to. So that's one of the basic building blocks of this business is you want to grow your network. You want to grow your audience so that you have more people. I think Christy's on here. Yeah, there she is. Christy Shiegel's on here. She had a rough few months. She has a bad back and stuff. And then all of a sudden she just blew up on TikTok and her audience like grew like crazy. And she's just like, oh my God. And she did a lot of just like watching and copying people's TikToks, and it literally blew up. So she's like, I wasn't even like talking about stuff, and it was, cooking videos and all of those things. So what will grow your audience so that you can go ahead and then sprinkle about the business and about the products in there. So that's a basic building block too, is making sure that you're growing your network, making sure that you're consistent, and making sure that we get paid by adding loyal customers and distributors. And that's really what we should be doing. I will get you guys those you'll probably laugh because you're like, oh my God, she has no script. Like literally they're all over the place. But that's okay. So I make sure that you do that. I want to make sure. Did you see anything? Okay. So 4 customers, 1 distributors. I think that we got that cleared up and how in that calendar month. And Christy, you're one of those girls that made me think, oh my God, I need to make sure people understand 4 and 1, because you may get 20 loyal customers and think that you can move them. But again, if you're recruiting, don't be afraid to ask your upline team for help so that we can make sure that you guys are maximizing the comp plan in that way. But I also want to tell you guys about something. Are you guys good with me opening up a little bit about an in-person spa party that I did just a couple weeks ago? You guys good
Put a
with that?
2.
They're like, yes, yes. Oh my God, panic, pure panic. So I haven't done an in-person spa party. It's like 2 years probably or longer. And I was like, oh my God, this is so my jam. So I went and helped Rachel down in Kentucky, drove down and literally drove back up the next day. That is how I built my business. A lot of you would think I'm not driving 7.5, 8 hours to go launch a distributor that you didn't even personally enroll and to drive back up. And what I want you to understand is you never know who that person is going to be that will blow your business up. And in person, like, this is what I like. So it was actually a wrap party. So what we did was she had a business page and she had a personal page. A cleanse host, this is how it happened. She hosted a post for Rachel where a cleanse post blew up. So Rachel went back to her, offered her the business opportunity, saw that she owned a spa and was like, oh, this would be perfect for you. So she's like, yep, you know what? I'm just going to join. So she joined, and I said, let's get her a spa party. Like, I will come down and I will help. And so what she wanted to do is she didn't want to necessarily waste time. She wanted to lock some in. So we talked about, and I'll put those scripts up for you guys, because that's really scripty that you can think of spas and different things in your area where you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, so that you can see how we got it out to her clients and to people on her page. So she put out a wrap party. We called it contouring body applicator, because we didn't want to say anything about wrap. What I wanted is people hear sculpting and they may think cool sculpting. I want to get in front of people because I know this business, the company has completely changed products. So I want to make sure that I can get in front of them and really speak to them on some of the new product and how they can utilize it. So I said, if they want to reserve a spot, they can for $25 to hold their wrap, and they can wrap in person. So she sold 4 in person. We didn't do it, was within, I think 5 or 6 days is what we gave. So we didn't give a long time span because people don't know what they're doing in 2 weeks from now, unless it's a set vacation. And so less time is better. So we went ahead and set it. And this is kind of behind the scenes of what Rachel was thinking, and the owner of the salon was like worried that nobody would show up. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't care, because if I'm there, I'm going to be able to show the salon owner how she can get her girls that work for her, how they can become distributors, help her make money, that those girls can make money, and their customers are going to blow up utilizing social media, and they can just make more money that way. So I was excited because we have collagen, we have the hair, skin, and nails, we have the skinny hydrate, the gummies, and the wraps, and the defining gel, and even the facial illuminated pads. So a few people showed up. Not everyone showed up, you guys. Oh my God, I'm not surprised. They were like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's real life. It happens, but you know them, and you're going to go back to them and you're going to offer, hey, these are some of the products that, worked, that people loved and that were ordering. I can go ahead and I can get your order in. So even though people responded, they didn't show up, you can still get them as loyal customers. And we're going to do another spa party in a couple of weeks for the people that couldn't come. So if we can keep this momentum going, it's going to continually span out and reach out into more people. So when this happened, you guys, I left a few samples of collagen, and that's what ended up they fell in love with. She was an esthetician. And so her customers, her clients are loving the collagen and how you can utilize that. So if you've never offered collagen to an esthetician, or how they can actually market and help their clients, that's one thing that I would absolutely do. And one of the things, and I can kind of share with this, I left there and was thinking, how can we make this simple for a brand new distributor come in and go, I don't want to just always use social media. I want to get in front of people. And so I called up Meredith, for people that don't know, she's the chief sales officer, and said, I need to talk with you, and we need a very simplified plan of how we can go into a spa. So Heather, I was not ignoring you on your message today, because we are working on right now. I want some more hands-on people that have gone in person, that are confident on knowing we've got great products, but there's too many, and we want to knock it out with just our 5 key products. So I said it might be a little bit different of going live and doing a spa party. I would totally do that for you guys to see that in person of how we handle it. But then also, you know, how would we do a live event with just a few key products and make it simple so that you could basically read scripts, because you guys all want that, like a party pad, like we used to call them, so that you can actually feel confident in knowing I can go do that in a salon or in person in a home party, or even online and hosting those. So I know a few of you, Rachel Wingham, I would love to pull you on. I'm pretty sure they hired a new person to be helping with training. And so that I said, just let me know. So this was about a week ago that we're going to be doing that. So I want to make it as simple as possible, because that truly was a wrap party, which I don't know if anybody's ever done a wrap party again. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited, because listen, you guys, what was eye-opening to me is I said, have you guys ever heard of it? Do you know about the wrap? Like, what's the deal? And one of the ladies was like, I saw it on Facebook like 5 years ago, but I wanted to try it first. We are missing a lot of people that want to try a wrap, and they are willing to buy them. And I showed them how simple it was. I was like, I can't believe I'm back to actually wrapping people in person and giving them the Skinny Hydrate to drink while they had the wrap on. I was like, this is amazing. So I learned a few things that I know that people would want in person. And we know if they touch, feel, see it, they're going to buy it. Like they're more likely to actually buy it than even through social media or through a text. So that is something that's coming for you guys that want to do more hands-on, more expos. I was just left there going, there's a gold mine out there. There's going to be somebody that blows this up, and I'm going to be the person, because I am not waiting. I don't care. Like, it was such a refresher for me just to see. So
there's gold out there, guys, and he who gets out there and digs the most gold gets the most gold. Yeah, that's the thing.
And I'm not taking away from social media, because I love that. Like, I can't train everybody in France. And so that I love that I can see you guys, you know, through social media. But I also wanted to encourage you of, there's so many things just to keep basic of, I don't care how you guys get customers. There's multiple ways to do it. Just do it. Put the action, put your one foot in front of the other, and get out there and do it. You know, we used to have Blitz cards. So go create a card for yourself to be like, I'm a rep. You'd be great at what I do. Don't wait for other people to do it when you could be doing those things too. So I'm super excited. Did you notice anything that I did during that? I don't know if Rachel's on. I don't see if she's on there. Rachel, if you're on here and you saw something that you liked, or I did, I want you to say that. She might not be on tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see her either. So just kidding. I don't usually do this because it's any questions. Are you guys good? I just wanted to give you some, again, winning things that are happening out there on knowing, yes, 10 DTs at a wrap party, Chantel. Those are the days. That is absolutely how I felt going into the salon. I was confident enough going, oh, we're going to get DTs. So she's got her first DT. She's got her first 150. She's working on her 350s. So it's going to happen because I'm confident we have amazing products. So here's one of the things in salons, there's a lot of turnover rate. So you may have gone into a salon 8 years ago, or somebody did, but there's so many new products that they don't even know about. And so why not see if they would partner up with you, give them something free just to host a little event. You know, I said 5 to 10 people. I didn't want to do it crazy because I haven't been doing, I didn't, know what to expect, but I thought 5 to 10, I can handle that and really give people some one-on-one and some training while I'm there. So that's something that if you're going to do, get back to just doing that. But I didn't come with a set plan other than I wanted to put the wrap on them. I gave them the Skinny Hydrate. I actually let them taste a couple of those flavors talked to them about collagen, and then said, what are your main goals? Weight loss, energy? Are you more into the health and beauty? Because it was a wrap in this, or just tightening. So they told me tightening and weight loss. And so that's where I led with the wrap, the skinny gummy, and then the skinny coffee, because they both drink, or everyone that was there drank coffee. So that was an easy thing to just, okay, well, you can switch your coffee into the skinny coffee. So nothing crazy. And it was only about an hour long. So that's pretty incredible to be able to do that. And then to have another event where more customers and distributors can join from there. So it's kind of creating that snowball effect while still building on social media, right? So that's kind of the cool thing. So basics, I don't care how you get customers. You can go through the archives of, this is how so-and-so got this many distributors in a month, and it's reels. It's doing all of the things that you need to be doing, growing your network, being consistent, utilizing the product, and then getting it out there. I did print a catalog, but it's too much. That's what I said. I'm like, there's too much in there. And a confused mind says no. And so that is one of the things of that for me, is that you will always know about me, is I'm always hands-on. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to do it, to see what I liked and what I didn't like, to see if we can make it easy and better. And my goal is I'm confident. I've been doing this a long time, but a new distributor, I said, could not go in there and do what I did, because it was not simple and duplicatable. And that's what we're working on. And so I want simple duplication for, even if I wanted to do an event online, I want a little bit smaller, with just a handful of the products, that we have a flip page that can be utilized at an expo, at a salon, or in a home party, or online. So that I was excited about, knowing that we were going back to really keeping it simple, because what I said at the party was, do you think you know 4 people and somebody that might want to join your team? If they say yes, they should be a distributor, because they already want the product. Anybody that orders 2 to 3 products should automatically, in your mind, red flashy freaking lights should go off, or green, whatever, maybe green flashy lights, because it's money. They need to be a distributor. And that is somebody that could lead you to people. If they said yes, they know 4 people that would do utilize the product, and they're thinking about their best friend that would do it, then you need to make a note on a sheet with them and go, then I'm going to talk to you about making money while you're utilizing the product. So always, that's why I love in person, is I can see them shaking their head. I can go to the next one where they're like, I don't know, or I don't have time. Then I'm not going to force them into it. Okay, that's a customer. Okay, this one's a distributor. And all those customers from that party could go to that distributor. So you're making 4-in-1s, left and right, cabs, all the things. So you're probably going to hear a lot more of that. I was really excited to share a little bit about that. I don't want to confuse you, because this was supposed to be business basics, but I feel like that is still business basics of just getting in front of people, being yourself, being confident, and utilizing the products. And then knowing we have a great customer program. And one of the best things is, if people have heard about this, you guys, example, I talked to somebody that just wanted a sample of the Skinny Hydrate. And I said, well, you're not going to see a ton of results with just one sample. And what else are you looking for? Weight loss. She said weight loss. And I said, well, do you know about the product? She was a distributor like 4 years ago. And instantly I'm like, holy cow, so much has changed, right? So don't be afraid to talk to people that were distributors, even 2 years ago, even a year ago. You guys, we didn't have all these new products. So don't be afraid to go. Maybe it's your shot now. It might be a time to come back. Here's why we got new products. And what I love is that people can make incredible money at any rank right now. And I'm very confident in that. If you're like coming in as a distributor, if you told me I want to make $1,000, $2,000, I have a very simple plan that will get you there. If you follow these steps and the directions, it will get you there if you are willing to do the work. Yes, it's work, but if you're willing to do that, I can show you how to make X amount when you tell me. So those are the things that, don't be afraid to offer that. If they were past distributors, like there's just so much there. So I feel like I overloaded you guys with so much information. Sometimes I feel bad, but Thank you for staying on with me. I hope it was good for you guys and that you might have learned something, and that you got to see our faces, because I always miss your faces. And I will say thank you for your prayers, because life has been a little bit crazy and hard for me. And I'm just ready to be back to normal, but I'm also like so blessed because um, this business has changed our life. And I wouldn't be able to even think about doing the things that we've been able to do with helping our family right now. So um, I've learned a lot of lessons this past month, and I'm like, okay, God is teaching me something to be able to share with you. And it might be, I don't even know, it might be for Christy or for Rachel or for Brandy or who for Erica, I don't know, or for Heather, for you guys to blow up. And if it's for me to learn that, for you guys to go and just blow this business up, then I've done my job. And so I'm always open to God's lessons, even though I may not like the season that I am currently in. I am definitely learning and growing. And I am very excited because I was pumped after I left there, wasn't I? I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be huge, So anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I know my phone is going to blow up or my inbox is on this script. So let me, because I take screenshots of how I talk to the distributors. So I want to make sure that it's in order for you guys to see it. And you're not like, I don't confuse you more, but I really want to give you guys just some basic conversation that might help you guys and how I would word it. Or if they give me an obstacle, how I get through those. So I appreciate you guys. It's a huge month. We're coming into fall. I love you. Make sure that you set your goals, know where you're going. And did you have anything else? We could just close out in prayer and be good for the night. All right. Joel's going to close us out in prayer. I feel like we haven't done that in a while. So it's good. It's needed.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this amazing group of world changers. I just ask that you would bless them, give them favor in everything that they do and everything that they put their hands to. Bring great people into their lives that are motivated and want to go out and do incredible things through this company. We thank you for each and every one of them. Bless their families, protect them, keep them safe, help them to go out and have an amazing August. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. I love you guys. I will see you next Monday. Maybe a special guest. So you're not going to want to miss. So we'll see you again Monday at 8:00. Love you guys.
See you guys.